Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Pinky Science Academy. Please like, subscribe and comment. This is a biology paper 1 2014. I'm going to discuss with you the revision questions and also the answers to the revision questions. Stay tuned. So the first question is, state the importance of each of the following in living organisms. Nutrition. We say that nutrition is the ability to acquire and utilize nutrients. So the importance of it is acquisition and utilization of nutrients. The second one is excretion. We say that excretion is removal of metabolic waste products and also substances that are in excess of requirement. So, importance of excretion, it helps in elimination of metabolic waste to prevent accumulation of those wastes to toxic levels, which can be very dangerous. The second question you've been asked, what is meant by the term seed dormancy? So seed dormancy is a period by which the seeds rests and the seed performs its physiological processes slowly until there is retro food. So it's like a period of inactivity or a period where the seed is resting. State 3 causes of seed dormancy. Seed dormancy, it's caused by chemical or growth inhibitors, hardness or impermeability of the seed coat, low or freezing temperatures, there is underdeveloped embryo or immature embryo, low concentration of hormones, lack of appropriate light wavelength. All those are causes of seed dormancy. I repeat, there is chemical inhibitors, hardness or impermeability of the seed coat, low freezing temperature, underdeveloped or immature embryo, low concentration of hormones, and lack of appropriate wavelength. The next question you've been told, you state two. You've been told to state two functions you're told to state two functions of the placenta in mammals. Placenta in mammals. So placenta, yes, that's number 3. It helps in exchange of metabolic waste products from the mother, from the baby to the mother. It also helps the mother to supply nutrients to the baby. And it is also important in secretion of progesterone hormone that is very important in maintaining of pregnancy. Number 4, you've been told that the diagram below illustrates a growing pollen tube. Name the parts labeled B, and then you explain the role of parts labeled A. Part labeled B, this part here is the tube nucleus. Function of these two nuclei, those are the male nuclei. One of them fuses with the egg nuclei to form a zygote, and the other one fuses with the polar nuclei to form an endosperm. So we have those two nuclei. One male nuclei fuses with the egg cell to form a zygote, and the other one fuses with the polar nuclei to form an endosperm. The next question, you've been told that the diagram below shows a set of experiments to demonstrate a certain physiological process. You have a distill funnel there, you have distilled water, you have 20% sugar solution dyed with ink, and then you have a cellophane paper. You are asked, what is the nature of the solution that is represented by 20% sugar solution? Anytime that you see a solution has something dissolved in it, maybe salt or maybe sugar, then that solution is said to be a hypertonic solution, or it's a concentrated solution. So the answer to that is hypertonic solution. Then explain the observation made on the setup after 1 hour. After 1 hour. So I tend to think this cellophane paper is a type of a semi-permeable membrane. So what will happen is water molecules will move from this beaker into the 20% sugar solution by osmosis, and therefore the level of water in this cellophane paper will increase, while the level of water in the distilled water decreases. The next question, you've been told state 3 roles of auxins in human, not in human, but in plant stem. 3 roles of auxins in a plant stem. Auxins, they are involved in cell division, they are involved in cell elongation. Cell elongation is increase in length of the cell. They are involved in development of adventitious root. They are involved in formation of the callus tissue. They are also involved in apical dominance and also causing tropic responses. Then the next question, you are told that a student drew a 6 centimeters long diagram of a plant flower. If the actual length of the flower was 12 centimeters, calculate the magnification of the drawing and then you show your working. So here you are supposed to know that, okay, you have the actual length which is 6 centimeters, and then you actual length is 12, and then the drawing length is 6. So you use magnification, drawing length over object length. So magnification is equals to drawing length, which is 6, over the object actual length, which is 12 centimeters. That gives you 6 divided by 12. It gives you 0.5. The other question is about differentiate between phenotype and genotype as used in genetics. Phenotype and genotype. Phenotype is the outward appearance of an organism, while genotype is the genetic makeup of an organism. So phenotype is more of how you appear, the color of the skin or something, and then the genotype is the genetic composition that makes you have that color. Then you are told you state 2 functions of intervertebral discs in the mammalian skeleton. Intervertebral discs, 1, they act as shock absorbers, and then they allow smooth movement of the vertebra, reducing friction. Then the next question, you are told of explain 2 roles of diffusion in human beings. Diffusion allows absorption of food from the small intestine. It allows gaseous exchange where carbon dioxide gets out of the bloodstream into the alveoli and is breathed out, while oxygen gets into the alveoli and diffuses into the bloodstream. So that way it allows gas exchange. Then diffusion helps in excretion of nitrogenous waste from the body. For example, urea diffuses from the blood capillaries into the excretory system for elimination. Then what is meant by each of the following? A crenated cell. A crenated cell is an animal cell that has lost water by osmosis, and it has shrunk, or it shrinks and it becomes crenated. So a crenated cell is an animal cell that has shrunk as a result of losing water by osmosis. Then a flaccid cell is a plant cell that has shrunk as a result of losing water by osmosis. So state 3 differences between tactic and tropic responses. State 3 differences between tactic and tropic responses. So tactic responses are locomotory, that means they involve movement. Tropic responses, they are growth response. Tactic responses, they are fast. Tropic responses, they are slow. Tactic responses, they are not influenced by growth hormones, while trophic, they are involved by use of growth hormone. Tactic responses, they are temporary. Tropic responses are permanent. Then there is this question you're told. The diagram below represents a model to demonstrate the breathing system in mammals. Name the mammalian structure that is represented by part D and part E. Part D represents the rib cage and part E represents the diaphragm. State the observation made when the string is pulled downward. When the string is pulled downward, the volume of the chest cavity will increase and the pressure of the chest cavity will decrease. That means more air will rush into these balloons, and then the balloons will expand. Explain the observation above. I think I have already explained that. The next question is, state one function of each of the following parts of a mammalian eye. Eyelashes. They trap foreign particles entering the eye. Then you have lacrimal glands. They produce tears, of which tears we know they are very important in terms of cleaning the eye and also providing the eye with nutrients. Then number 14, it's about DNA and RNA. DNA, in short, is a deoxyribonucleic acid, while RNA is a ribonucleic acid. So you know that DNA is double-stranded, while RNA is single-stranded. DNA has thiamine as a base, while in RNA, thiamine is replaced by uracil. DNA has 4 nitrogenous base pairing. RNA lacks the 4 nitrogenous base pairing. DNA has deoxyribose sugar, while RNA has ribose sugar. Number 15, you are asked which type of mammalian muscle is voluntary. The voluntary mammalian muscle is the skeletal muscle or the striated muscle. Skeletal muscle or the striated muscle. Then you are asked to distinguish between a tendon and a ligament. A tendon and a ligament. So a tendon is an inelastic tissue that attaches the muscles to the bones, while a ligament is an inelastic tissue that attaches a bone to another bone or a movable joint. So tendon, it's between a muscle and a bone, while a ligament is between a bone and a bone. Then we go on to the next question. This is number 16. Number 16 says that the diagram below illustrates a type of a nerve cell. You're supposed to name the type of the nerve cell illustrated, and then you give reasons for your answer. This one is a sensory neuron. You can see clearly the cell body is at the middle, or it's located here, and then or it's outside the central nervous system. This is the sensory neuron, and then you are told to identify partible J. Partible J. This is a Schwann cell. This Schwann cell, it's found on the myelin sheath, and this myelin sheath is the one that speeds up the speed of neurons, the speed of movement of an impulse. Then you state the function of each of the following part G and part H. Part G, this one receives an impulse and transmits it to the neighboring neurons in the central nervous system from the sense organ. So it receives and transmits impulses to the neighboring neurons in